Hunger, 41/100. Warning, metabolic decline detected. Immediate feeding required. The notification pulsed red against Kael's vision as he stumbled through the corridor toward his quarters. 2 days had passed since the incident on the observation deck, 2 days of fighting the growing hollow in his chest that felt like starvation and desperation rolled into one consuming need. He'd stopped eating. Food tasted like ash, and his stomach rejected anything solid. The only sustenance his body seemed to crave was something he couldn't name, something that called to him every time a resonant passed within range. The med bay had released him that morning with a clean bill of health. Dr. Chen's scans showed nothing wrong, but Kael caught her frowning at readings that didn't match her expectations. His heart rate was too slow. His neural activity patterns were shifting towards something she'd never seen before. Hunger, 42/100. The counter climbed as he watched, each tick accompanied by a wave of nausea that left him gripping the wall for support. Other cadets moved past him in the corridor, resonance blazing like beacons in his enhanced perception, non-resonance appearing as empty shadows. He needed to reach his room. Lock the door. Figure out how to make this stop before. Watch it. The collision came from nowhere. Kael's shoulder slammed into someone coming around the corner, sending them both sprawling against the corridor wall. Books and tablets scattered across the floor in a cascade of plastic and paper. Sorry, I didn't. Kael started to help gather the fallen materials, his hand closing around a data pad at the same moment the other cadet reached for it. Skin touched skin. The world exploded into sensation. Power rushed through the contact point like liquid lightning, flowing from the stranger's hand into Kael's nervous system. He felt the other boy's resonance, weak but genuine, the cellular structure that marked him as something more than human, and watched it drain away like water through a sieve. Drain initiated. Signal acquired, Weaver class. Power level, minimal. Extraction, 15% complete. 30%. 50%. The sensation was indescribable. Like the first drink of water after days in the desert, like breathing after nearly drowning, like every addiction he'd never had suddenly finding satisfaction. The hunger that had been clawing at his insides for days simply stopped. But beneath the euphoria lay something else. The other cadet, a thin boy with nervous eyes who couldn't be older than 15, was staring at their joined hands with growing alarm. His face had gone pale, and when he tried to channel his Weaver abilities to strengthen his grip on the data pad, only the faintest shimmer responded. Drain complete. Resonance increased, +2. Ability acquired, minor weave. Hunger, 0/100. Target diminished, permanent reduction detected. Kael yanked his hand back as if burned, but the damage was already done. The boy, his mind supplied the name Marcus Webb from some half-remembered class roster, stumbled backward, his face confused and frightened. What was that? Marcus's voice cracked. He flexed his fingers, and Kael could see him trying to access abilities that were no longer there. I feel empty. I don't know. The lie came automatically, but Kael's horror was genuine. He could feel the stolen power thrumming under his skin, alien but increasingly familiar. His fingers tingled with new understanding, molecular bonds, structural integrity, the fundamental forces that held matter together. He'd stolen someone's gift. Actually taken part of what made Marcus special and absorbed it into himself. Marcus gathered his scattered belongings with shaking hands, never taking his eyes off Kael. I need to. I should report to medical. Something's wrong. He fled down the corridor, leaving Kael alone with the magnitude of what he'd just done. The hunger was gone, replaced by a satisfaction so complete it made him sick. He'd fed on another person's power like some kind of parasite. New ability integrated. Minor weave, basic molecular manipulation. Testing recommended. Kael raised his hand, not wanting to but unable to resist. He focused on the air around his fingers, reaching for the new knowledge that hummed in his cells. The space shimmered, reality bending just slightly as he touched the bonds between oxygen molecules. It worked. He was a weaver now, at least partially. He'd stolen enough of Marcus's ability to unlock rudimentary molecular manipulation. And deep in his chest, beneath the satisfied glow of fed hunger, he could already feel the first stirrings of need beginning again. Hunger, 1/100. The counter had reset, but it was climbing.